everyone, this is Mattias and I'm here at MVP Summit, and I got some friends joining me today to talk about stuff that we have encountered here. Obviously no NDA stuff, because that's not good for any one of us.
No, but we can share the energy.
The energy is good.
Energy is good, but now down.
That's good. And also maybe some trends or a little bit what we see, because I would say that a lot has happened the last couple of months, and we feel it here, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So if anyone wants to share the energy, what's happening?
To share energy, I need to say we need to shift our minds a little bit in the future when it comes to software development. I guess it's no secret that agents will be everywhere, and I guess agents will do most of the work, and people need to think about it, but the boilerplate or the crappy stuff will be done by agents. So I think,
and code will be done by agents.
In a nutshell, code will be done by agents. Yeah, that's true.
Because it's we realize that code doesn't have, like we have been saying that before, but code itself doesn't have the value. It's like what you are creating, what's your end goal with what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, to reflect the recent sentiments of a little bit earlier, keeping humans in the loop is somewhat imperative. You know, we all seen AI drift and nonsense come through, so making sure that we are staying clean-edged, as it were, to actually make the right decisions and actually guide it, as opposed to just letting it be in that sort of junior developer, very enthusiastic mind.
Thank you, Andrew. That's a very valid point. No one got my joke? Okay, sorry.
No.
But also I want to bring up a point here where we are everyone is actually can create tools, but not everyone have those 20, 30, 40 years of experience on how to scaffold a business, or how to put a tool in business, how to put the architecture on top of each other. What do you need? What's a practice that you need to do this or that? A tool will be as good as the person who designed it.
Yeah.
So that's something that I took with me now, and don't need to sit and be stuck on the details and what language I will be using in which, because it doesn't matter. Now I can Java. So
that's true. But what you said was 20 years of experience, then you can validate what the agent is doing, and then you can validate if it's good or it is bad. And a junior developer, it's hard for a junior developer right now, because he cannot validate if it's good code or if it's bad code. So this is something we need to keep in mind.
Yeah, it's going to affect their productivity. But the other one is, and to your point, if we continue the way that we are, we're not going to have future senior architects, developers, because we'll can them off through AI. So actually we need to be putting in mentorship programs. We need to be actually building up the next generation, not expecting them to necessarily be 5-10 times more productive through AI, because they won't be.
Yeah, and we need to work on our coaching skills more than just I'm gonna win the debate about what tool will I or what tool choice I will have in my design. This is not a debate anymore. It's how good can I actually bring up more people and make them as good as everyone else.
So what I'm hearing is that if I shouldn't be really terrified by losing my job, I would actually be able to use all my experience, all my knowledge to actually be a better software developer, since code is not the only thing we do as a software developer. We do a lot more important stuff. But also the jump from a junior perspective is harder, since tasks are changing. You don't really have all the struggle that we had when we started, and you have to bang your head in everything and go to the seniors and ask. Now the AI will solve things, but that's also we saw some news from showing earlier, when you don't have the experience in building stuff and don't really check what AI is doing, fun things can happen. Let's put it like that. So that's also something, as you said, mentorship, and how to bring up the next generation of developers.
Yeah, the one thing to really be watchful for is human nature to see patterns and to find a sense of security in what might be deemed as the norm. And you know, one of the biggest things we keep seeing is AI is getting it right more and more often now. I'm not saying it's enough that you take the guardrails off and let it run free. That's just stupidity. But the point is that if it is getting it right so often, then it could always be deemed as that waste of time. Why am I checking it? Why am I putting the due diligence? Can I just do that full nth vibe coding where I just set it off, run off, you know, develop something for me and I just ship it? You know, it's we have to make sure we're still putting the PR checks in, we're still doing the quality checks, we're still making sure that the relative people have insight to it, so that we're not just leaving ourselves open to vulnerabilities or to that wider extent that, I don't know, there's a violation to the company.
Yeah.
So that means better at actually describing the problem, to be better at that, and also do the testing. You hear that? Do the testing. Testing is probably
Crucial part.
Yes.
probably the most crucial parts coming up. And we heard a little bit about it. Make sure that's a real good test and not only mock test that AI is writing. So do some real tests also.
Yeah, and one more thing, like it's just take accountability for what AI is doing. If AI has done something, it's your doing. It's still you doing that. That's
It was under your guardianship.
yes, exactly. So it's you cannot say that AI, this is AI generated. No, it's you generated using AI. So let's take accountability over this parts.
Yeah, that's true. But if we put that in mind, and then we go back to our space integration. So what's the feeling right now in the integration space for AI? Because AI is affecting everything. But what would you say to some integration developer? What would you like to say? Is it a cool place to be in or a bad place to be in?
But what does it need to be called integration?
I might not.
Yeah, I don't know if you need integration in its like principles as it was before, because the problem that we are solving now is not systems that doesn't talk to each other. Like before that was a problem that integration is like, or syncing for some user to check a specific set of data and to move data from a system to system. And that's the problem that we were solving before. What are we solving now is like something different. I don't have a real a clear answer for that, but like I don't think that this problem is a problem now.
Isn't it? I mean, what we see is like faster way of building stuff. We see people building more and more software that is dedicated for its task, which in reality means more integration.
I think that the biggest problem space you're going to find with integration is the existing systems applications that are still classed as old. You know, they don't have the AI connectors built in, or they might not even have the integration set up full stop. And actually, a lot of customers are going to want those to be brought into the new age. And it's going to be using some of the stuff that we've heard on this conference to actually then try and leverage that and actually try and push that forward. But I don't think it's going anywhere. I think it's just a different face. It's rather than us trying to build deterministic flows and a sort of strategic, you know, you do this, then do that, then map these things, then validate. We're handing it off to an agentic flow that may actually then remove a lot of those determined steps and do it in a much more fluid manner.
But wouldn't we still need the predictability of deterministic
The
flows?
outcome, you mean?
Yeah.
But it's the same it's the same when you want to deliver software. You want to have predictability, but this is the mind shift I guess we need to go through. And let me go into, as an integration developer, we always think about low code or code first or code full. But I think in the future it doesn't care, because you have a problem, you tell the problem the agent, and you don't care about if the agent will do it in a low code way or in a codeful way.
That's true.
Yeah, but you still, I think we need to think about the determinism. What does that mean? Because I'm not sure that we need all the steps. Like there is some parts of like the workflow the workflows we design that need to be deterministic in a way,
Mm.
like the validation, your pipelines, your testing as
This is
example.
the way you create an account or whatever you do.
Yes, it's like there is a specific way, but then the flexibility in the middle, because that's where you are actually get the agentic workflow, like the agentic workflows will be a game changer in that sense. That's like I don't need to, I just gonna have an agent in the middle that it has a set of skills, and then I will be working on its tools and like keep developing tools for it and changing those tools, which is allow us to ship even more and smaller set of integrations or tools though.
You make a very good point. Not everything is going to be agentic. It's actually knowing when to use a deterministic flow versus agentic, because they do have playoffs off of each other. And with the agent loop stuff, that's already out there. But there's already a very, use deterministic if you want to go down this particular path, use agentic if you want to go down this path, and how they mix and play with each other to get the best results.
Yeah. But overall, what we are sure of is like you cannot really motivate. Why will you be sitting and using a map, writing a map, XLT map for 8 or 16 hours a day, or like taking 1 week to spin up infrastructure somewhere? That's not gonna be. I don't think it's that acceptable in some cases anymore, because you don't need that, and this manual work had to go.
We will improve stuff and we will build faster. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Any closing notes, because now we're adding to the time limit? Something you want to share with the audience?
Don't be left behind.
Yeah. Use AI.
Yeah, use
like
AI.
now.
Yeah. Try it out.
Try it out.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. And thank you all for listening. And this is thoughts that have been inspired by the MVP Summit. So thank you. Cheers.
Bye.